Hi, my name is Yemi Adelekon, and I'm behind the blog PurposefulMe. And you can access my blog on www.purposefulme.co.uk. And you can access my videos there as well as on my YouTube channel, and that's also called Purpose for Me. Today, I'm excited to share from one of my blogs, from one of my posts, my blog post that was titled "A Lot of Sue and No Ffle," and that's probably one of my favorite posts that I wrote, I think in 2018, and it was on the back of watching MasterChef. And in the skills test, Monica Galetti had asked the contestant to make souffle. And anybody who has made souffle before, you know that it's one of those tricky things to make. It's easy when you get it right, but it can be really difficult as well. It's really temperamental. You've got to get enough air into the mix. You've got to grease your ramekin well. You've got to grease it in a particular direction. The temperature has to be just right. There's just so many elements that result in a great souffle. And so this particular contestant had put in all the work, did all the steps. It looked like everything had been done perfectly, but unfortunately his souffle did not rise as expected. And Monica casually commented there was a lot of sue and no ffle. And I must have laughed with my sister about that for about 3 days straight. We found it so funny. It was so hilarious. But soon enough, the penny dropped. And I realized that there was such a big lesson in that moment that I was casually overlooking. And it's the lesson of what happens when your souffle doesn't rise in spite of all the efforts that you've put in. What happens when you put in the effort, but you don't get the result? Do you allow yourself to be defeated? Never to make another souffle, never to take another action, never to try anything else? Or do you allow yourself to be defined by that mistake, thinking, I'm not great at this? Finally, do you allow yourself to be haunted by that mistake and by the shortfall, adding to whatever list of shortfalls you've had previously? The point that I want to share today is that every one of us will face situations in life where, in spite of doing all the right things, things still don't go according to plan. And we have to be resilient, and we have a choice to make in that moment of, what am I going to do? How am I going to make sure that this temporary setback is not going to be something that defines my life or defines me for the rest of my life? So what do I do when this happens to me? I tend to take a step back, take a critical look at my actions, at my process, at my state of mind. I look for the things that I overlooked. I play it all back. I look at change. I try to identify changes that I need to make and the lessons that I need to learn. I try to see whether I cut any corners or whether I changed any of my approaches. And when I'm doing this exercise, what am I trying to do? I'm not trying to beat myself. I'm not trying to punish myself for not getting things right or not getting the desired result. All I'm trying to do at this time is to gather data, to gather information that helps me to better understand what I may or may not have missed in the process or along the journey. Because I know that if I can pinpoint what I did wrong, then obviously I can attempt it again. But now I can tweak my process, I can tweak my input, I can make changes to other parameters, and I can get the desired result. Sometimes life It's about trial and error. We don't always get things right the first time, but if we don't give up, we eventually get it right. So this particular chef, he failed in his first attempt to make a souffle, but later on in the series, he made a perfect souffle, and everybody celebrated his souffle. So what happens when you have a lot of sous and no ffle, when you put in a lot of actions and you don't get the desired result? I say, dust yourself down, learn from the journey, apply the lessons, and have another go. Failure is never a reason to stay down. Failure is a reason to go again, and to go again, and to go again, and to go again. So here is to going again, and here is to making the perfect souffle. Here is to great life. Thank you for watching my video. Again, if you love this video, please share it with others, and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any other episode. And next time I'm going to be sharing another exciting story or another exciting post from my blog. So watch this space, and thank you for being with me on this journey. Have a great life.